see this presentation mode now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So in this webinar, we're going to learn how to use your credit to generate wealth. And I'm Jeremy Ashburn, and this is our relaunch webinar party. So what we're going to be doing in this presentation here is an agenda for tonight. We want to try to respect your time, and so we're going to go through introductions, and George is going to go through some history, and then we're going to show you, we have a brand new use your credit to generate wealth video that explains the whole process, different revenue programs that we're offering, and also you affiliates, we're going to be talking about that, and answer Q&A. So, if you could ask questions as we go along, and we'll be answering them at the end. So please ask questions, and all of us can see your questions. So I definitely saw your question, Lee, and we'll answer that. And we are going to be covering, that tonight as well. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you our team. You've already seen us, but Bill Ebert is the CEO, and you've already saw George. George, we need some new pictures of you.
I kind of like that one a little better.
Of course, George is the COO. Ron is the customer support manager. I'm helping you guys out with marketing, the marketing manager. Here's Kristen, beautiful sky picture there. So corporate and vendor services specialist, and Mr. Greg, director of agent services.
Always looking dapper.
You're always looking dapper.
Yes.
Earlier he was serenading us, so maybe you can break that out later. The guitar, and he's a musician. Rebecca Ebert is the software developer and programming support, and we've got Amanda, customer support, and Francis, customer support.
And just before you move on, I just wanted to say that Bill can't be with us tonight. He's taking a personal leave of absence, and we're looking forward to him coming back in November. So he's taking a little bit of time for himself, and again, we want to give a shout out to him, and we miss him, and we look forward to him coming back. So I wanted to throw that out because, again, we've introduced all of us in here as well. So we're looking forward to Bill coming back, and hopefully in November he'll be back.
And one really exciting thing about this whole presentation is, I don't like webinars where one person talks the whole time. So we actually are taking turns throughout this whole thing. So anyone feel free to interject, of course, throughout the whole thing. I personally think that one of the best ways to learn is, multiple people talking and teaching.
Yeah, and we have, again, we have a lot of people on here that we've interacted with since we've started this. So we have a lot of people on here that have been with us for a while. And in a lot of cases, you guys, for most of that time, have just heard our voices. But now you get to see the face and the team behind, behind us and behind you guys. So, this is one of the things that we wanted to kind of bring to the table tonight.
Absolutely. Greg, why don't you take it away with a little bit of history?
I think that was going to be me.
I'm trying to say George. I
know we both start with a G, but
I know we start with a G. I think I was just excited thinking of Greg playing some music. So George, why don't you take it away?
So we want to give a little bit of history on us and who we are and where we came from. And again, do I actually have the mouse here as well?
You don't, but I'm going to give you, what I'll do is I'm going to give you the mouse. There you go. You should have the mouse now.
Okay, I have the mouse. There we go. And so, there we go. Okay, so our company, NewU Financial, which is a division of DTM Solutions, we actually launched in fall of 2018. So it would have been October, just coming up to a year. When we started off, we actually started off as a reseller selling funding and credit repair solutions for another company. Again, people that have been here for a while will know who that company is. And so, again, we essentially started providing funding and credit repair solutions. And I'm losing my mouse here. Is that you moving? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So in December of 2018, we branched off and we started our own credit repair and funding program. And you're going to have to bear with me because I'm actually remotely controlling Jeremy's screen. So since that time, since we started, we've done over $10 million in funding. In January 2019, we actually launched our Pay It Forward Partner Program, and this program allows our members to earn revenue by helping other members get funded. And so that was our first revolutionary product that we came out with. Again, we had some challenges, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But we've really streamlined it, and you'll see as we go on tonight how we've improved it, made it better. And I know we had some questions already, which we'll answer at the end regarding this program. In addition, this was one of our flagship products as well. In January, we launched our corporate partner program, which is now our corporate build-out program. I want to see if I have this other one. And to date, we have or are in the process of building out 40 new companies which are owned by our members. And we've actually built them out. We're getting them funded. And we're starting to build out revenue streams, which we're going to talk about and get into more details as we go along. Just to add in there today is actually today we just sent out for our corporate partners $157,000 in checks from the corporations that we have funded. So
wow.
Today was a great milestone for us. Again, I know people have been following us on the weekly status reports for the company. Again, we've been working hard. Kristen's been working hard, and you know, we told everybody that we were going to do that. Today was a big milestone. So again, anybody who saw the statuses from Friday and you're expecting a check, you should see it in the mail. You'll get more of an update this Friday. So we've come a long way since we first started this. We've built out our own system, our own infrastructure. Again, with Rebecca on the development side, she's making our system better and making it run smoothly. And our complete team has just done a wonderful job to really take us from where we started to where we are today. And hopefully, as we get into this presentation, you guys will be as excited about the changes and the developments as we are. And hopefully you guys are excited like we are. So I'll give it back to Jeremy.
Okay, got it. And Ron, why don't you why don't you go through this next slide, if you don't mind?
All right. And feel free to do the mouse so I don't have to worry about it unless you want me to.
I'm going to give you the mouse here. 1 second.
Okay.
There you go. You've got it now.
Beautiful. All right. So, yeah, we're very excited because in the past 9 months, we have learned a lot. And, sometimes when you create something new, you have to initially break it so you can fix it to make it stronger, better, faster. And like George said, and Rebecca, we've basically overcome a lot of obstacles and made a lot of changes that really make it easier for our clients and streamline that process and that time set. So, we've been working hard since late spring and all the way through the summer till now. We discovered 2 vastly different mindsets about money. And we found that many have a lack of knowledge about money and finances, and myself included. I've learned so much in this process of helping all of our clients. It's a learning process and great learning and great things to learn that will take me through the rest of my life so that I can be successful with my finances moving forward. It's always been our philosophy and our business model to help our clients to generate passive income, to leverage credit in a good way. Sometimes once people get money in their hands, they may tend to return to their old habits and mindsets and start spending what they don't have and use it to buy stuff, or what I like to say is create liabilities. This lack of knowledge and understanding actually prevents us from getting ahead and becoming wealthy. And to be honest with you, the cards are stacked against us, and we are barraged and marketed to constantly and consistently. So I always tell people when I have one-on-one conversations, it's not our fault until we learn, then it's our responsibility. to never let that happen again, to be in control, to be a good steward of our finances, and to do the things that we know that we've been educated about and implement them so that we stay consistent. We felt as a company we were missing an educational component that would provide the resources and solutions to improve understanding of money and credit and help our clients, us, myself included, because I am a client too, make that paradigm shift. And that's what's gotten us to this point today. And I'm excited because, like I say, we've spent a lot of time streamlining everything. And who doesn't love this?
So yeah, we want to introduce the NewU Financial Intelligence Network. And what we've done here is we've done a presentation that I'm going to play here, and it everything in a nutshell. And you can see this, of course, on our sales page as well. So I'm going to cue it up and make sure you can see it. You can see the screen still, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to play it and let me know if the volume sounds good enough. I think we should be good here. All right.
Really unique process that will help you. Hey guys, I'm Jeremy Ashburn, and in this webinar, we're going to learn how you can use your credit to generate wealth. So even if you currently have bad credit, we're going to show you this really unique process that will help you turn your credit into wealth. So let's get started. America, our great nation. A place of unity and a place of division. In fact, actually, we have a huge division between the wealthy, the 5% of us, and the 95% of us who are not wealthy. So Robert Kiyosaki wrote an amazing book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And essentially in the book, he's explaining that most of us are stuck in a 40-year rut. And the reason why is that society teaches us to work 40 years on a job, to work ourselves to the bone, to live paycheck to paycheck, and hope to retire on maybe 40%. However, we can't live on that 40% in the first place. And he says to know and understand and play by the new rules of money, that you have to first have a financial education. The rich are getting richer because they understand the rules of money and how to use these rules of money to their own advantage. He also has a really well-known system and book called the Cash Flow Quadrant. Perhaps you've heard of it. According to the Cash Flow Quadrant, there are 4 different ways to produce income. The E in the quadrant is the employee. The employee works hourly for wages and gets a fixed salary. And both wages and salary are severely limiting your income and freedom. The reason why here is that your salary, your income is fixed. Your time equals money, right? There's only so much time we have in a day. And because of this, you're never going to be wealthy or free as long as you're an employee. Now the S is someone who's self-employed. They own their own traditional business. This has very high startup costs, high risk, and of course a high failure rate. And your income is still capped by hours. What happens here is you don't own the business owns you, and you'll never be wealthy and free. You're still trading your time for money, and because of that, you're stuck. So as you can imagine, the poor in the E and the S side of the quadrant, the left side of the quadrant. Now on the right side of the quadrant, we have the B. The B is the true business owner, someone who creates or plugs into an existing system, which creates cash flow automatically, month after month, year after year. This is an opportunity for unlimited income potential and the chance for true financial freedom. The I in the quadrant is the investor, someone who puts their income to work for them. And what happens is, for the investor, their money makes money while they sleep. Like the B person, there is unlimited income potential and the chance for true financial freedom. So as you can imagine, on the right side of the quadrant, the rich reside here. So how can the average person take advantage of the B and I side of the quadrant and create personal wealth without spending a fortune, without the high risk of failure, and have fun in the process? Introducing NewU Financial. NewU is your secret weapon to move you the right side of the cash flow quadrant so that you can experience true financial freedom. Creating wealth with NewU in the B quadrant. Now we talked about the 2 sides of the quadrant, the poor on the left-hand side and the rich on the right-hand side. With NewU, you become a true business owner. As an agent, we connect you to our existing system and start generating cash flow month after month, year after year. With NewU as an investor, you can tap into our products and services and put your money to work for you. Your money is making money while you sleep. NewU presents the Financial Intelligence Network. What is the Financial Intelligence Network? It's a private membership where we provide the training, resources, and solutions to improve your understanding of money and credit while leveraging both to create financial independence and generational wealth. So how does it work? We plug you into our proven system that will walk you step by step through our unique and hassle-free funding process. All you need to do is upload a few required documents, but don't worry, your credit coach will walk you through the entire process. Funding is attained by leveraging your personal or business score. And you do not have to bring us a good credit score to receive maximum funding. The wealthy, the ones who reside on the right side of the cash flow quadrant, the wealthy know how to leverage OPM, other people's money, to leverage high and consistent returns, thus having their money work for them. Banks have been implementing this cash flow concept for decades. How banks do it. When you make a deposit into your savings account, you're actually loaning your money to the bank at a very low interest rate, usually around 1% per year. The bank then leverages that money through a process known as fractional reserve banking, and then loans up to 10 times that amount for a home mortgage or a car loan at a rate of 6% up to 20%. But because the bank also has leverage on that money, the real interest rate for the bank is actually over 100% in most cases. Now that's a great deal for the bank. Our financial system utilizes the same principle, except the borrower is us. We place the borrowed funds in a passive income vehicle and then utilize leverage from the banks at a low interest, placing that capital in a diversified portfolio of investment opportunities. These opportunities generate a substantially higher income than the cost of borrowing that money. Historically, these investments have generated positive results and represent an excellent opportunity for you to create substantial profits. We will not only show you how all of this is done, we will even walk you through step by step the entire process until it's completed. Here are just some of the opportunities that exist within the Financial Intelligence Network. You can lease your credit through our corporate program. We'll show you how once you're in the system. You can have a corporation created, built out, funded, and professionally managed for you to generate passive income. This can be done multiple times. The Pay It Forward Partner Program helps you make money by helping others achieve wealth through the financial system. Amazon and Shopify stores. We build stores, get inventory, and sell items. You make ongoing revenue through the dividends. So why would we want to leverage or borrow money to fund this kind of business? To answer that question, let me first ask you this question. If you could borrow or leverage money that cost you 1% a month and then use that money to generate a profit for your business of up to 2% per month, how much would you borrow? The answer is, of course, as much as you possibly can. If you can reliably and realistically make more on borrowed or leveraged money than what it cost you, then of course, you'd want to borrow or leverage as much as you possibly can, right? But wait, isn't borrowing or leveraging money a mistake? The truth is, not all borrowed or leveraged money is considered debt. Money borrowed for consumption definitely creates debt. But if you borrow or leverage money for profits, that's called business capital. The lender gets their fees, your credit is protected and strengthened, and the business now provides you with passive income. Financial freedom is finally realized in your life. The truth about bad debt versus good debt. Bad debt. We all know that credit card debt is considered bad. But how many of us understand that even our mortgage is bad debt? The definition of bad debt is anything that takes money out of your pocket. So it's a liability in the world of cash flow. This is a paradigm shift for most of us. The wealthy have learned to use debt or leverage in a very positive way, and so it's called good debt. The definition of good debt is this: any debt that creates a cash flow asset that not only pays the debt interest, but also pays off the debt while still leaving you profits. So in the end, you have an asset that continues to pay you month after month with no remaining debt. Robert Kiyosaki said, good debt is a powerful tool, but bad debt can kill you. Your FICO score, your credit score, can be utilized as a natural resource for funding with the purpose of creating a cash flowing asset, wherein the cash flow pays off the debt and you are left holding a free and clear cash flowing asset. NewU Financial absolutely holds the key to unlocking financial intelligence for you in your life and experiencing the kind of life you were meant to live. Our mission is to help our clients leverage their credit to generate passive income. Our vision to help you create financial intelligence, to provide the products and services that allow you to achieve and maintain wealth, to include an educational platform to help expand your financial intelligence, receive ongoing coaching, and make the paradigm shift to having a wealthy mindset. Our benefits: create passive income, generate long-term investments that yield profits, grow your net worth, expand your financial intelligence, help those whom you love, and create generational wealth. How to get started. Fill out the form below. Get your complimentary credit analysis report and assessment, and one of our financial coaches will reach out to you and assist you in designing your financial roadmap. We believe that there's a way for everyone to become wealthy. It's up to you to take action. Get started now.
All right, so it just keeps looping there on the islands because, you know, I love islands. So I have a dream of actually living off the grid or living on an island. So anyway, I'll go ahead and stop it. So that is an introduction to the Financial Intelligence Network. Yeah, let us know what you think of the video. And what we want to do here is just kind of explain what this is. We explained this in the presentation, but the Financial Intelligence Network is a private membership where we provide you training, resources, and solutions to improve your understanding of money and credit. And then we actually work with you to, leveraging both. We work with you to leverage money and credit to create financial independence and generational wealth. So the point here is moving towards greater levels of financial independence and creating wealth that lasts beyond, you know, your years into generations. So let's go. So what I'm going to explain here, what the network is all about. What we're doing is we're providing training, resources, and solutions to improve your credit. We've already said that. We're leveraging both. It's a private membership. Okay, so this is a private membership that you're part of. We have actually a free version that all of you are, can be part of, and you're part of when you join. And we also have a premium version of the membership. And you get started with doing a free assessment. So why don't we talk about the free member benefits? And Ron, if you could jump in here, I'm going to give you the keyboard and mouse.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
All right. So yes, it's free for anyone to join. All members will receive a complimentary credit analysis report and assessment. This is professionally generated report that is completely free for becoming a member of the Financial Intelligence Network. In addition to the credit assessment, free access will receive the following benefits. You'll have access to free member training sessions and videos. You can participate in our affiliate program and earn up to $200 for everyone you refer to the premium membership. We'll explain more in details later. Premium member benefits. Live and recorded trainings on finance, credit, investments, money management, etc. We get your personalized plan for using your credit to generate monthly and yearly income while improving your credit at the same time. Access to our financial coaches. Get all of your financial questions answered. Get access to our funding portal. Get priority funding that can be used in any investment opportunity to generate passive income. And get access to our hand-selected funding partners. Get better rates, terms, etc. Get interest rates as low as 0%. If you have credit issues, if you have credit issues stopping you from getting funded, then we will fix your credit absolutely free. It's a part of your membership.
You can keep going.
I apologize. You get exclusive access to our Pay It Forward program, where you can earn a revenue by helping others become a premium member. Have our team build out a corporation for you. Not only do we build the corporation for you, but we get the company funded and manage the investments of those funds. You put up the initial funds to start and build the company, and you receive 2 times we get our first rounds of funds. Plus, you receive 40% ownership of the company. We continue to research and select vendors offering financial services that offer better than average rates of returns, allowing you to safely diversify your portfolio while generating passive income. Receive bonuses from your referrals who get funded and who purchase a corporate build-out package. Also receive a bonus when one of your referrals earns a commission. Revenue programs available for premium members.
Just 1 second. I want to make sure I'm just catching up on my side here. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. One is our Pay It Forward program. Earn up to 2 times your money by helping others get into the membership program. I love a true Pay It Forward program. Corporate build out. Done for you corporation, which includes build out, funding, and running of the business. Earn 2 times the initial build out costs within 5 months. Earn 40% of all company profits. An Amazon store system is built within each corporation. This is in the proof of concept phase currently, but will reshape the corporate program entirely. This will be added as an immediate revenue stream. It will completely be managed for you. Real estate investments, fix and flips. Looking to invest in foreclosure and fix flips. Potential for 100 to 200% annual returns. Virtual real estate, fix and flips. Similar to the above, but with virtual digital businesses.
Now, before you go on, let me also throw in here. This is not in this presentation, but we also, as part of the Amazon store system, we also have a Shopify store system.
Thank you for
just throwing that out there. And I know that that's also in the proof of concept, but that actually we're already seeing revenue today, from that, concept, and that's also in the concept phase.
Yeah, it's very exciting to see the proof of concept being proven. And so back to the virtual real estate fix and flips, this could yield between 200 and 400% annual returns. I'll turn it back over to you, Jeremy.
Okay, so what does it cost to become a premium member? So So what does it cost to become a premium member? The cost is $2,500 for the first year and $1,250 for every year after that. And the way it works is if you qualify, one of our existing premium members will pay your way in, allowing you to get access to the valuable premium membership, and you're not putting up any out-of-pocket expense. And what happens is you pay that member back at a later date once you get funded, or you've earned enough through the program to pay that member back. Now, Ron, can you explain the PIF partner program?
Absolutely. So with our new membership comes a new opportunity for our Pay It Forward partners through the PIF program. PIF partners will have an opportunity to earn up 2 times their money for each new member they help upgrade. An existing premium member will pay the membership fee, $2,500, of a member who qualifies for the Pay It Forward funding program. Once that member gets funded, they will pay back the partner the original $2,500. And note, if the PIF member never gets funded, they are still responsible for paying that initial membership fee of $2,500. A PIF partner will also receive a bonus from the company of 5% of that member's funding up to $2,500.
And we're going to talk about the Pay It Forward member qualifications. So let's just hit that real quick. Let's talk about these qualifications. To be a Pay It Forward member, you have to be fundable within 180 days, and you have to agree to and sign the Pay It Forward program agreement. So those are only 2 qualifications. And then, George, you're going to explain some Pay It Forward examples in this. Let me give you the keyboard and mouse. 1 second.
I was trying to find unmute. I was talking and nobody was hearing me. So we're going to go through a couple of examples of the new Pay It Forward program. And again, I know there's going to be a lot of questions about grandfathering and stuff like that. And we're going to touch on that at the end. But what we're going to look at, a couple of things with our new Pay It Forward program. The way that it used to work is that you would pay $2,500, and then when somebody got funded, they would pay back $5,000. And so we've changed it up so that it really is a true Pay It Forward program. And so what's happening is that the company is putting a little bit of sweat in the game here for you guys, for helping us get people into the program. So what's happening is that with the Pay It Forward program, when they get funded, they're just paying you back the $2,500 that you paid them to come into the system. And then the company is going to be paying you 5% bonus of whatever they get funded, up to $2,500. And so the other thing that we're doing with our funding process, and again, ultimately, we want to get people funded to get them into passive income opportunities. So when we first started this last year, we were looking to get people $150,000, $100,000 on the first round. And we found that very challenging because only a very small group of people actually qualify for that within the time frame that we want to be paying back our Pay It Forward partners, which is really a 6-month time frame. So what we're doing here is with the Pay It Forward, we're now looking to get what we call mini fundings or multiple rounds of funding, with the ultimate goal of getting them up to 100 to 150 within a year to 2 years. And that's where we get that plan together. So what that allows us to do, especially for our Pay It Forward partners, is that people that they're bringing into the program will get funded quicker. And but at the same time, you could be getting a little bit less in commissions or bonuses, as we call it. But again, over the time frame, you're going to make up that $2,500 or the double your money. And so we're going to show some examples of that, explain that in a little bit more detail, and hopefully that makes sense. And again, you guys have questions at the end, we'd be happy to talk about it. So So hit me up with the examples here if you want to advance. I'm going to let you advance the screen because you do a great job of it. So again, we're going to look at a couple of examples of how this works. And so the first scenario is it's a simple scenario. We have somebody come into the program, they get their assessment, and we've determined that they can get funded within 6 months. And again, it could be somebody that's ready to get funded now, but they need to pay for their membership. And so since they qualify as a pay it forward member, and we'll say in this case they qualify to get $50,000 over the next 6 months. So you probably want to just pop up the whole thing. So instead of kind of going. So in this particular scenario, once they get funded, so you as a pay it forward partner would pay the $2,500 to get them into the partnership or into the membership. They would then get funded for $50,000. From that $50,000, $2,500 they would pay $2,500 back to the person that paid their way into the membership. In addition, the company will pay 5% of that $50,000 to the partner as a bonus. And in this case, 5% of $50,000 is $2,500. So that's the max you're going to get, but it's double your money. So if they come in and they qualify for a $50,000 funding in the first month, then you're going to get that back in the first month. Okay. If it's the second month, third month, or so on and so forth, again, we're saying within 6 months, they're fundable. You're going to get up to that $2,500. Okay. So you will get your initial money back plus that 5%, which actually works out. The minimum funding that we're doing is $10,000, and I'll show you a scenario where there's actually 3 rounds of funding. So again, if the minimum they can get is $10,000, we can get that a lot quicker than what we did before. In a lot of cases, for people who need credit, work on their credit, they still may qualify for that $10,000, where before we waited until their credit was completely clean before we could get them funded, right? So
if I could jump in real quick here, what I like about that, smaller bit as well is that, if they start out with a 10,000, round, they can see the whole process. They can see the money being paid back. They can see, the entire process. And so anyone who's not ever gone through this kind of situation before can see it in motion. Some of us are just kinetic learners. We need to see it. We need to go through some of it,
And it allows our members to start making money quicker as well, instead of waiting for their credit to be repaired, right? Or enhanced, or whatever needs to be done on their file, right? So if we can even get them a mini loan or mini funding to start, they take $2,500 to pay back the person that brought them into the program, and then they have money because once they pay once the $2,500 is paid, if they need some work done on their credit, it's part of the membership. It's included, right? The goal is to get them funded. So even if we can get them a mini funding for $10,000, they pay the $2,500. Again, you take off fees at the end. You end up with enough to start helping other people come in and start making money with that $10,000, right? Hopefully in the next 6 months, you're going to pay that off and get another round and then another round. And that's where our financial plans come in. And that's where we actually put together the plans that we talked about earlier. So let's go to the second scenario where we actually look at somebody who does come in, who is able to get a mini round. They're not ready to get $50,000 yet, right? They may need some work done on their credit. There may be, it could be a number of factors. And like in this industry, there's a number of reasons why, and that's part of the assessment process. And we always talk about that. You always have to get an assessment because everybody's scenario is different. Okay, so in this particular case, we're going to assume that this person on their first round of funding can actually get $10,000. You probably want to just do the whole thing so that we don't have to. Yeah, that's it. Again, out of that $10,000, the $2,500 is going to come back to the PIF partner. It's going to be paid by the PIF member to cover the $2,500 that they gave them in the first place, or they fronted them in the first place. Now the partner will also get a 5% bonus which turns out to be $500 from the company as a company bonus. So again, we could get this person a lot quicker within 15 days, 30 days, 60 days, rather than having to wait the whole 60 days or 6 months for somebody to get their full funding, which happened in the past. Okay, so in this particular case, if all they ever did was get $10,000, the partner gets the $2,500. They can now take that $2,500 and they can, help somebody else. So now they can reuse that $2,500. They're making $500, which works out to be a 20% return in a very short period of time, right? 30, 60, 90 days. Again, it's going to depend on the person on when we get that 10,000, but still, you're still getting a 20% return. So in this particular case, this person starts with 10,000, they get it into our program, they use some of the money to start putting it into some of our investment programs, and maybe get their credit cleaned up, and now they're entitled to a second round of funding. Okay, with that second round of funding, they get 25,000. Okay, and again, this is just an example scenario. From there, again, they don't have to pay the $2,500 back anymore, but the company will still bonus the partner 5% of that, which in this case is $1,250. So you're still earning every time that person you brought into the system gets funded up to $2,500. So in this case, you're getting another $1,250, which again, it could be in 40 days or 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, but you're still getting the $1,250. So you're still earning from that person. So now you've earned from the company as a bonus a total of $1,750. Okay. At the same time, you still have your $2,500 working for you. Okay. If you've done that multiple times, you can start taking your profits and doing the same thing. And so in this example, we're going to say, okay, this person gets a third round. In the third round, again, you're still, because you haven't hit the 2,500 as a partner, you're going to get the difference of 2,500 and what you've already paid, and the difference is $750. So again, no matter when this happens, again, it could happen a year from now, right? But you're still earning, and it's somewhat residual because you're earning from here, which could happen in a month or 2 months, but you're still going to get your full, $2,500. Okay. So in this case, you would get $750 out of this third round of funding, bringing your total to $2,500 in company bonus. Again, the person you brought into the program, is working through their plan. They're getting multiple rounds of funding. They're now making money. And again, they're just paying you back what you paid for them. So it's a true pay it forward program. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Anything you guys want to add? And again, I know there's going to be lots of questions on this.
I'd like to add one thing on it. Okay, think about this too. When you put that first $2,500 towards that pay it forward person and got them into the financial intelligence network, you got the first $2,500 back as soon as they got their first loan. That day, you could turn around and give that same $2,500 to someone else. So in the process of waiting on getting paid on your second round and your third round, a first round will be coming back around. And when that comes back around, you get another $2,500, then you put that out again. You could literally have your first initial $2,500 circling around and around and around for 2-3 years and never put another nickel into it, and constantly collecting 100% on your money every single time. It's amazing.
The other thing I was thinking about is, let's just say that you've already been building you're you've gone through the corporation build out, and you're earning money back that way, and you have, corporations that are generating money. So there's other ways you're creating revenue. It's not just this one way, right?
Yes, correct.
So this is just one little piece of the puzzle, basically.
Yes.
Is the kind of one, so.
So again, there's really good returns with the Pay It Forward program. The key here is that, again, with us instituting, and again, Christian has come up with some great stuff around the funding side and getting this all working, and us getting people funding while they're getting, their credit repaired if they need it. But somebody could come in right off the bat and get $100,000, or like I said in the first example, they could get $50,000 right off the bat and not need any credit enhancement, and they still need somebody to pay them into the program. So you could get your money back in two weeks. Again, each scenario is going to be different.
And this is why the roadmap is so important, right? This is why connecting with Ron and other financial coaches, I mean, that's what really, when you and I were talking ahead of time a while back, I was thinking what I really like is that connection with the financial coach who's sketching out the roadmap. And, part of that is making sure that they're holding you accountable, like you're holding us accountable and we're holding you accountable. Because, if you start spending money in areas that don't make sense, this isn't going to work.
Right. And again, one of the things that we've, really kind of focused on and looked at, and the whole landscape, even in the last 8 months, the funding and the credit repair landscape, there's been a lot of changes, right? And there's a lot of focus now on DTI, and I know that Ron can speak to that, and Kristen can speak to that. But, your debt to income ratio, right? Again, a lot of reasons why people can't get funded, even if they have a good credit score, is that they have, high credit or high, debt utilization. And so that is something where, when somebody's in that situation, what are the options for them? And that's what we want to bring to the table, is to show them and develop a plan for them. Right? Develop a plan for you guys to kind of be able to overcome that and get yourself in a position so that you can get funds to invest. And that's really, one of the things that we brought to the table with the coaching program.
Yeah, I'd like to interject on that too.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, apologize. I'd like to interject to point out a few key points. So our initial way that we did business, we just opened up literally multiple streams of income, and with our funding partners being able to tap into the Pay It Forward program, you're going to get a mixture of different clients that you utilize your $2,500 towards. And if somebody comes in and you pay for their membership and they get funded right away, now we've streamlined it so we can get them into funding typically by the week 3. If they do get their application and their 6 welcome steps done, we can have them in the funding process in week 3, and basically, or maybe week 4.5, have them, funded, and then paying you back that $2,500. Now, the next person, you might get a credit repair person, and so that might take a little bit longer, but you're literally building in multiple streams of income and really helping other people. And I know that one of the strongest principles is help enough other people get what they need, and you'll easily and effortlessly get what you require. And so this is a very important part. And one last thing is that these folks that usually come in and can get $10,000, they may need that because they've got a thin credit file. And so that helps them to get a couple of credit cards at 0% and start to establish some credit and get some funding, but also to be able to put some of that money themselves to work and start leveraging, even with a small round of funding like $10,000. So this is the important piece to understand. We've created something that now has multiple streams of income. We're going to be putting money into, this is the Pay It Forward part of it, but you got to remember the agent that brought that person in is also going to get a commission. And so not only does the Pay It Forward member get a bonus and their money back and recirculate it into another partner, but the agents start to get commissions into their pocket, credit repair commissions and funding commissions, et cetera. So we're literally starting to generate more and more passive income streams for our members.
And that brings us to the next point, Greg. So this is the question, Greg. So my understanding here is that, we've got the revenue programs, right? And we've got that. We've got the Pay It Forward Partner Program. But is there another scenario, or is there another way people can make money through this?
Absolutely.
Is that where we're supposed to change slides?
Yeah, we are. And I'm getting there.
Absolutely.
There we go. Okay, I'll mute myself. I'll shut up.
Okay, and I'm going to make sure you have it, Greg. You've got the mouse. Now go ahead and drive it.
I have the mouse?
You do.
Okay. So, okay, let's see. I have no idea how to do this, but we'll
Okay,
get
I'll do
there.
it.
You do it. Thank you.
Okay, so let me back up. So let's look at how you can make money by referring others. So the three areas were the revenue, the pay it forward, and then also referring others. So the affiliate agent program. So why don't
Right.
you explain this?
Sure. Again, I'm Greg. I'm the Director of Agent Services. So if you're an agent, you've probably talked to me or I've talked to you since. This program is incredibly lucrative. I've been in all kinds of businesses, and let me tell you, I've never been in any business opportunity or any company that I've worked for that has such a strong affiliate agent program. Free members can promote the Financial Intelligence Network as an affiliate. Okay, you earn $200 for anyone that you refer who becomes a premium member. You earn a one-tier commission on membership sales. There's only two tiers. This is not a multi-level marketing company of any kind, but there's a two-tier, just like it would be in a realtor. You earn one-tier commission on membership sales. You do not earn commissions on funding, corporate build-out, or any other commissionable products. As a premium member, you become an agent and receive the following. You earn commissions on two tiers from membership sales as follows. $200 in tier 1 for your direct referral. $100 tier 2 for your client referral. What that means is the person that you brought in for tier 1, where you got $200, when they bring a client, you get an additional tier 2 referral commission of $100. You earn commissions on two tiers from funding. 0.67% for tier 1 and 0.33% for tier 2. You also earn commissions on two tiers on our corporate build-out program. 15% for tier 1 and 5% for tier 2.
Can I just jump in quickly?
Sure, absolutely.
If we just go back here. For people who have been part of this program for a while, again, one of the things with our corporate program, we've changed the commission structure on the corporate program to match the two-tier structure of the other two programs as well. At this point in time, because all of these products are now private as part of our private membership, we've changed the commission structure because we will not be selling the corporate build-out package to the public. We will only be selling this, and our team will be selling this on your behalf. Whether you're an agent, well, as an agent, that you won't need to sell this. In the past, you used to have a public page and so on and so forth. Our team and our coaches, once somebody gets funded or if they have money and they're in the program, the coaches will be doing that. So we've dropped the commission from 30% to 20%, but we've put it into two tiers. And we'll show you actually how you can make a ton of money just on the corporate build-out program. But the reason we did this is because we're selling it for you. There's nothing that you guys need to sell on this. This is going to be bonus. Just as the funding is going to be bonused, really, there's nothing you guys have to do. And I'm taking away a little bit of the thunder from people to come in.
No, it's fine. I love it. I like hearing it.
Yeah. So
here's an example of affiliate. Thanks, George. Here's an example of affiliate agent. Okay, let's take a look at this example scenario. Someone refers 20 people who get a free assessment. Now, don't freak out over that number. Just listen. 10 become premium members. 7 get funded, average $50,000 over the next 6 months. Each funded member purchases a corporation, and 10 of your referrals think. All right. Now, I'm not going to read that. That's just a disclaimer.
Holy moly. When we said to put in an earnings disclaimer, you put in an earnings disclaimer.
A real one. Yeah, exactly.
So the bottom line is we probably should just mention the earnings disclaimer.
Yeah. Let me get there.
These are just samples, and again, it has no guarantee of income. Okay, so again, it's your typical income earning disclaimer that we have to say. So I'll give it back to you. Sorry.
All right. Example of free member revenue. As a free member, you would earn direct earnings, and this is based on a 20-person scenario. As a free member, you would earn 10 premium memberships times $200 equals $2,000. Your total earnings will be $2,000. And that's if 10 people become premium members and the other 10 do not. Example of agent revenue potential. As a premium member agent, direct earnings, 10 direct memberships times 200 equals 2,000, the same as the original agent, the affiliate. 7 direct fundings times 50K times 0.67% commission equals $2,345. 7 corporate build-outs times 15%, 3K, equals 21,000. Total, $25,345. Bonus referral commissions. Your 10 referrals times 10 direct memberships times $100 equals $10,000.
Now, George, would you explain that real quick? You know what this means, real quick, just so we.
I can explain that. That's easy.
Sorry, you go for it.
10 referrals, right, that you have that actually bought the membership, you receive $100. These are the 10 referrals that come from people to as clients. That's your second tier bonus. So those 10 referrals times 10 direct memberships times $100 instead of $200 equals $10,000. The 10 referrals times 7 direct fundings at $50,000 and 33% now, because this is your second tier commission, equals $2,805. Your 10 referrals times 7 corporate build-outs times 5%, which is your second tier, equals $70,000. Your total is $82,805. Your total commissions from your 10 people who also brought 10 people to the table is $108,150. As a premium member, you would earn $108,150 versus $2,000 as a free member. If you were to refer just 20 people and you had 10 affiliates that did the same. Now let me explain that before we change the slide. If somebody walked up to your front door and said, give me $2,500 and I'm gonna give you $108,150 over the next year, would you do it? I think it's pretty simple. Next slide.
Okay.
Earning your way to the membership. Free members can earn their way to the premium membership. Let's say, here's an example. Let's say you get set up and you do your analysis, all right? And Ron gets a hold of you and he lets you know you can't get funded within the next 6 months because there's a couple of things we need to do that's going to take a little bit longer to get your credit fixed, all right? So, say you want to be free members can earn their way to the premium membership. Use part or all of your affiliate commissions to buy your way to the premium membership. Still no out of pocket, by the way. Let us know if you want all or 50% of your commissions to be held back to purchase a membership. Once you hit $2,500, your premium membership service will be activated. That way, still, there's no out of pocket. If one of your referrals, now this is beautiful, if one of your referrals receives a product or service that is commissionable to our premium members only, you will have, as a free member, 24 hours to upgrade your membership. This will ensure you do not miss out on commissions. I can't tell you how many companies I've been in my life where I watched commissions fly over my head all day long because they didn't give me that option.
Now let me interject here. Earlier we were talking about this. So let's just say that I'm a free member
Yeah.
and then I refer you to the system, and you get funding, or you know are purchasing a product or service. You're saying that that I could upgrade and become a premium member and get that commission right
Absolutely.
away, like within
Right away.
20. Everybody.
That's beautiful.
Let me give you another scenario around this, and somebody's saying, well, why would I do that? Let's just give you a for instance. Somebody gets $50,000 in funding. So you're a free member. You're referring people. They get $50,000, and so when they talk to the coach, they decide they want to do a corporation. That corporation is $20,000. You're getting 15% of that, which is a $3,000 paycheck if you're a premium member. Right? So you can either miss out on that, or you can find or ask somebody for the $2,500 to upgrade, or if you've been putting money away, whatever the difference is, and then you've made an instant $500, plus you're now a premium member and you are now getting commissions on everything moving forward. Plus, you also get again, if it's first level, you're going to get a percentage of their funding, which works out to be about a $3,000, or was it $400 or $500 on a $50,000 for funding commission. So at the end of the day, you would, by upgrading, you would still end up profiting $1,000 from that one customer. And now everybody you refer after that purchases any products, you're going to get 2 levels of commission on. So that's one of the best ways to, again, when you see that you're going to lose a commission, if you're not ready to upgrade now, then work your way up, and you'll get notified before we actually pay out the commissions. You'll get an opportunity to upgrade.
Well, I know that one thing that's really great about that is just being transparent and saying, look, the corporation is letting you know, we're letting you know, hey, listen, there's a referral, and they've just purchased this product. Here's exactly what they purchased. Here's your commissions. What do you want to do? And that, I mean, communication is the lifeblood, right, of any kind of relationship. And so we're just communicating with you and letting you know, look, we want to give you this commission. Are you wanting to do this? So,
and again, the key component for me is that's a 20-person scenario. I think I brought 20 people to NewU Financial in the first couple of days. But let's say you only bring in 2 people a month. That's 1 every 2 weeks, right? You're already over $100,000 if just half of those people do what we expect them to do moving forward.
And essentially, we're giving you the lead capture pages. You're just going to get people to go watch the video that you guys saw earlier and get the free assessment. That's it.
Just show up and get a free assessment.
If you can get 20 people to get, if you can get 20 people to get the free assessment, whether it's in a month, whether it's in a year, shouldn't be hard to get 20 people to get a free assessment, and then let our team, let our coaches do the rest for you. That's what's beautiful about where we're going with this.
Yeah, and you got to remember too to add the thought of the multiple streams of income that you're going to create as you utilize your 2,500 over and over again, in addition to all of that. So it's important to realize you're starting to build consistent pipeline of passive income.
Yeah, I was thinking, we need like a slide that just gives the overview of the 3 main types of revenue. You've got the premium revenue through, one of the different ways. You've got the pay it forward, and you've also got the affiliates, just so it's really clear and obvious. But anyway, so that the point is that, we're working with you to create generational wealth. And, some people, this is what I'm seeing early on in the process. Some people, are just going to be skeptical, which is normal. If you're in a situation, my take so far is if you're in a situation where you're not used to investing money and not used to seeing returns, then, you might be a little skeptical, or you might want to see the process happening. You might want to start out at the 10K situation. I talked to an owner of an ad agency, and, he's got 5 or 10 different investments. And, one of his investments is, he partners with people that are building residential communities. And he says, look, I'll do all this marketing and branding and advertising for you as long as I get 5% of all the home sales out there, right? And so, you know, if a home sells for, you know, $3 or $4 million, 5% of $4 million is some serious money. You can crank out the calculator, right, George? But anyway, so this guy is familiar with making investments and seeing investments become, you know, produce ROI. And that's what happens with people that are in the 5%. They're already there. And so he's want to talk to Ron, you know, so boom. So it's like, so some people, it's just going to be, you know, they're going to want to learn the program. They're going to see how it works, and boom, they're going to be ready to go. And some people need to go through credit repair, or they want to see the process, right? So we want to really appeal to the 95% who aren't wealthy and the 5% who are. And either way, we want to bring more people into that 5%. So don't, I guess, stop me if I was preaching good, you know?
No, it's great, man. So what's the next slide? What do we have here?
Yes.
So what if you're currently a PIF, pay it forward, a self-paid client, or corporate director? You're automatically upgraded to a premium member. Your first year's premium is waived, and your renewal status starts from the day that you join the program.
I just want to add the about the corporate director. If you're currently a corporate director, you automatically will become a premium member. Also, as a benefit, because we're always looking for corporate directors to help us with the build out of the corporations. So anybody that steps up and gets selected as a corporate director will automatically, as well as the benefits of the corporate director, which again, it's a paid position, you will also get the premium membership, which means if you refer people into the program, again, everything's covered. If you need, you know, credit enhancement, it's covered, right? So all of the benefits you're going to get to become a corporate director. So we're always doing, you know, reaching out. So it's anybody that's currently or in the future become and get selected, because it is a selection process. You have to have certain qualifications. You will get the premium membership.
So then that's the entire presentation. We've got a Q&A session here that we wanted to go through, but that's everything we had for tonight. I think that was a little over an hour.
Yeah, it was actually, it was an hour and 15 minutes, a little bit long, but we'll get better. One of the things that we're going to be doing, and we talked about training and stuff, and we've religiously since, I guess for a while, Ron and Greg, every Monday we do our agent meeting. It will now be an affiliate and agent meeting, so everybody's welcome. We're going to be adding in a lot of marketing materials for our affiliates. We're going to be adding in training on how to market and get people into the system. Again, one of the reasons we brought Jeremy on board to help us get that going. So we have our weekly, that will not change. We have our 2 p.m. Monday weekly agent/affiliate webinar. And we've always, Ron and I on Thursday afternoons, we've had Q&A webinars. But we're going to be, and again, they were just Q&A. People wanted to know where they were in the system. But one of the things that we want to do, because education is going to be a big thing, right? Because we need to change everybody's paradigm shift. We need to kind of get you thinking how the wealthy think, right? And the people that are already there, we want to help them stay there, right? So we're going to be starting to put together a schedule of webinars, trainings, and they're going to be educational trainings. Again, some of them will be available to the free members, but the majority will only be available to premium members, including the recordings. So anybody that becomes a premium member will have access to those webinars. They will have access to the personal coach, the financial coach. Any questions that they have will help them as we put together the roadmap for them for the next year, 2 years, 5 years, right? So again, we're really excited about that. There's going to be a huge training component as something that we've talked about for a while but never really implemented, and we felt that we needed to do that now. So could you guys see the questions? I don't know if we want to open it up. This is, Rebecca or Kristen. Kristen, do you have anything that you want to say? You want to add?
I love it. You guys have done such a great job on putting all this together. I'm so excited about all the new people that are going to be coming in. So I'm here to answer questions if you guys have any, that's for sure.
Amanda, Francis, Rebecca, you guys want to add anything?
Yeah, I'm really excited with the direction everything is going, and I'm really looking forward to help build everything out and see all of this come to fruition. All the new toys we get to make.
Yeah, and we're really definitely going to need your help too, because that's the next step, is to start for you and I to talk about the system stuff and get you right in there and getting all of this stuff nailed down.
Yep, I'm excited.
So do we want to go ahead and answer some of these questions, or because there's like 3 or 4 questions that come up? How do you guys want to handle that?
Let's have a look at the questions. Greg, you want to start with, or Greg or Ron? Do you see any?
I can start. I got it pulled up right here. And so a lot of great comments. Nice, awesome video. Nice job. Simple, clear, and to the point. That was the whole point, is to get a nice presentation, not salesy or overhyped or do anything like that. Just really tell the story of where we started and where we are and how we're going to move forward in a powerful way. So thank you for the feedback on the video. We appreciate that. Is anyone getting grandfathered in was actually answered. Thank you, Lee, as far as who's going to be grandfathered in, etc. And so the question, I can't tell because sometimes the line's skewed, if this was from Lee or Mitchell, but if someone pays the $2,500, the first year membership fee today, when would they start seeing benefits, or is that a function of their credit?
Again, it starts with an assessment. So you want to fill out the assessment form that's in the back office, and then we'll figure out where you are in the process so that we can determine where you fit in. And that's where the coach will reach out to you. You'll get the report, they'll review it and give you your options and start working from there. So again, you'll start seeing the benefits right away once we've actually gone through this. Ron, you want to add any more to that?
Yeah, you were cutting out a little bit there. I don't know what's going on with the bandwidth, but you're cutting out just a little bit, George. I apologize. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I think it's my Windows 7.
There.
Ron, you want to answer?
Windows 7. Well,
Which question am I answering?
I don't know how much you heard or if you heard anything.
Yeah, I heard part of it. You were breaking up just a little bit, but as far as the process, is that what you want me to talk about?
Yeah, about doing the assessment.
What they were asking was.
Okay, so basically, look, I'll just kind of add some additional stuff too. Is I just feel like whether you're affiliate, a free member, a premium member, your job in bringing people in is so simple, and especially for the commissions that'll be earned and the monies that are available to make through this process. And so basically, you just have to get really good at sharing this. Be the message. I mean, don't be the message, be the messenger. If you try to be the message, you'll create all kinds of skepticism, fear, doubt, or whatever. So just get really good at sharing it. And Bill Ebert always talks about say as little to as many people as possible. And so getting really good at then once they get in and they've shown up in your back office under my leads in your lead bucket, getting them to complete their application. Now, there's a handoff that happens after their application. They then go into the credit repair portal and they'll complete 6 simple welcome steps. One's a 2-minute video to understand the process. Once they complete that, then I take over and I will get them into assessment. I'll prepare a nice credit analysis report and get them into the underwriter and schedule for an assessment. Again, we can get somebody now into credit repair within 2.5 weeks if they do their part. We can get them through that whole process in 2.5 weeks. We can get somebody who comes in who is fundable through that process. Because even if they're fundable, we still want to be able to get them that credit analysis report, get a snapshot of where they're at, and then also get that assessment of how much funds they're going to be able to get for their first round of funding. So that person can be in funding by the third week. Again, with making sure that they then comply and get their documents uploaded in a timely manner, get all their welcome steps, get their application. All that is that's the client part. So everybody that's an agent, affiliate, or a free member or a premium member just needs to get really good at bringing people in the front door, and our team is going to work with them and put them through the system. The system has been streamlined thanks to George and Rebecca and Bill, so that people can come in, get into it in a timely manner, and get either into credit repair or get into the funding process in a very short period of time. So in saying that, then it's really a matter of if someone pays the $2,500 the first year membership, when would they start to see benefits? As you start to get your clients in through the process, and we can get them handed off, and you help us assist us. The only time we'll come back to you after you get them to fill out their application is if they don't reach back out to us because maybe they've only done 3 of the 6 welcome steps. So ultimately, that's part of the timing. But the good news is that you're going to start to build a pipeline. As you build that pipeline, and commissions, start to see consistent returns on your pay it forward money, even if it's only the 5% bonus now. And I like that part of that system, the system, because it gives you a little bit of money now, a little bit of money in a few months, and a little bit of money in a few more months. So ultimately, it literally starts to build a nice pipeline for you. It's much stronger and much more consistent money's coming in, and that's really what this is all about.
Okay, so a couple more questions. Joshua is mentioning that his score went up again, and I guess he's going through, I don't know the process, but I think he's going through credit repair, I would assume, Ron?
I'm not sure if Joshua's in credit repair, if he's just working on his credit score himself. I haven't worked specifically with Joshua, but I'd love to speak with him and see. And yeah, we are consistently looking for directors, and so if you know anybody and would like to refer somebody to us, I will explain the entire corporate director compensation package to them. I will get some immediate information, get their questions answered, and turn them over to Kristen, which Kristen has a team that will then go through the assessment process of vetting them to become a director. Once that is done, Kristen, can you talk about that vetting process just a little bit and the timing on that, so we can give the people an understanding of how, if they apply, what that looks like?
As soon as we get their information, it usually takes 24 to 48 hours for us to get an assessment back to them on if they're, how long their credit repair would be and what they would be fundable for. So it's a pretty quick process. We send it all in, and you guys touch base with them, get things going. If they get on board, then we bring them in and get them going. So it's actually pretty quick.
I always say on our other meetings, Kristen is the hardest working woman this side of the Tennessee River. Sorry, Mississippi River, just kidding.
And I appreciate that too. It's probably not true, but I appreciate it.
You are working so hard on our corporate program and all the other things you do, and Kristen is amazing. I just love when people get to engage with you because you're awesome. You have a great attitude, and you're just a hard worker.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Ron. This experience working with this whole team has turned out to be so amazing for me. At first, I was like, oh, wow, this is going to be. And honestly, it's the people that just make it so easy. All of our directors and our members and all of our team, it's just turned out to be a wonderful experience. So I appreciate you all.
We love having you.
Yeah.
So somebody said, what if I put $2,500 for myself? Just a thought, how will this work? So that's actually an interesting point. Yes, you can self-pay for your membership and get that 2-tier and all the benefits that come with membership open to you right away. That's absolutely a choice. Secondly, if sometimes we do have people that are going to take more than 6 months, and so they may need to do a self-pay to get their membership and or earn their membership to be able to get going, but they can do that right away after our assessment. They can start working on that, and I even go through that process as the coach to discuss what those options are. And so yeah, self-pay is an option for anybody that wants to come in. I also had a question, George, maybe you could talk on this a little bit. As to, I've had several people ask me this. So if somebody wants to use the Pay It Forward program for a specific person, i.e. they bring in their sister or their brother or a friend or a business partner, and they want to actually self-pay specifically for that person, or they need credit repair to self-pay for their membership so they can get their complimentary credit repair. Can you just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, again, one of the things with doing that process, again, they'll need to come in, get their assessment, and again, what we would probably do with you is, give you the risk analysis. Because one of the things about, helping a family member come in, if based on our qualifications, they may not qualify for Pay It Forward. So now you're taking on the risk that they may not be able to pay you back within that time frame. Right, so you can definitely let us know. You can definitely, get them to pay. Go through the assessment. We'll let you know if they qualify. But if it looks like it's going to take them a year before they're getting funded, it could mean that you might not get your money back for a year. Right, so there would have to be some sort of an agreement stating that you understand that you may not get it back within a timely manner, right? So again, if they qualify, we can definitely look at having you pay for that person to come in, and then so you would be assigned to that person to pay, and then they would pay you back, right? So they would pay you the $2,500, and then whatever fundings they get, we would match that.
Excellent. So I have a great question from Lee Woodsum. I like this question because of the changes, this is a good thing. So there are weekly updates for all the corporate members who are involved in the build-out program. Will there be any like updates for the PIF program in the future? The good news about that is because we are tracking everybody in the PIF program because of those 5% bonuses and have to track that, that also allows us to create reports and things that we can be able to give updates in the Pay It Forward program in the future. So yes, we are going to be able to present the Pay It Forward funding program, so you'll be able to track your clients and see their progress and see when they show up, and even track the percentages of they get the 10,000, you get a $500 bonus, and then the second round of funding you get the $1,250, and so you'll be able to actually track that. So yes, because of the changes, we'll be able to create a weekly reporting with the Pay It Forward funding program.
And that's one of the things that Rebecca and I will be working on, is better reporting for both the corporate side and the although the corporate side is pretty up to date, but the Pay It Forward, because you're going to be able to see who you sponsored, where they're where they are in the process, all that kind of stuff, and when they get funded and how much they get funded. So we'll be working on those reports as we enhance the back office.
Sweet.
And
okay,
I know that Lee had another question there too, and I don't really, it's not really one for talking here, but we should have a discussion with him.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you've set up to reach out to him.
Lee, if we could talk tomorrow, Lee, just one-on-one by phone, and I'll answer any and all of your additional questions and so on.
Yeah, one of the reasons that we brought Kristen on, and Kristen has a ton of credit repair experience, and she also is great with finding vendors and working with vendors. We've had not so good experiences with some of our past vendors, and one of the reasons we brought Kristen on, we've worked with some vendors that are doing credit repair that promised us a certain time frame. It's taken them a little bit longer. Kristen's pushing their butts to make sure they get it done. I know that we have a number of people coming out of credit repair in October and November, so we should start seeing a lot of paybacks on the the Pay It Forward people that are in there. So I know that Ron can give you more details on that, and I don't want to sound like it's an excuse or anything, but we are definitely streamlining and moving forward and bringing the right people on and finding the right vendors to make sure that that people who are in credit repair get it done and get into funding.
Excellent. Thank you for going into all that. How does one become a corporate director? And so In your back office, you can click on the corporate program tab, and a submenu will upload or open up, and at the very bottom it says become a director. And so basically you would read through the qualifications and fill out the application. There are some minimum requirements to even fill out the application. If you're in credit repair, I would wait until your credit repair is done to apply, so that, you know, basically it doesn't do any good to apply until you actually have the meet the requirements. So go in the back office, and anyone you want to bring in to apply, they don't need to become a member. They don't need to, you know, pay the premium membership, because it's going to be a part of the package if they're approved. You could just bring them in, have them set up a free account, and then go directly to the corporate program tab, and go to become a director, and have them fill out that application and engage with us, and we'll, like I said, I do the explaining and go through the compensation package with that person, and then Kristen takes over and gets them assessed and approved and ready to go for a corporation. So great question, Mitch, and I look forward to having you have your credit repaired.
And real quick, Joyce, we're asking a simple question. We mentioned this at the beginning. We're recording this entire thing, and so this will be available. We'll give you details. There'll be a replay.
Yeah, we should have it up tomorrow, so it should be up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Manuel Ruben de Celis. I invested in Success Business Enterprises, which is trying to get a director. Am I a premium member? I would have to check on that. I don't have access to that now because we have the presentation up, but
no, yeah, anybody that's put money into corporations, you're not premium members, and the only ones that are premium members are directors. If you want to become a director, you don't have to be a premium member to apply to be a director. And if you get selected as a director, you will automatically get a premium upgrade. Does that make sense? But anybody that's in corporate, that currently is in corporate, they are, and again, they're not necessarily a premium member. Okay, they would have to upgrade to a premium member if they want to become a premium member, unless they were also went through the credit process, the credit repair or self-pay. So if they were in our Pay It Forward program prior to September 1st, or if they were a self-pay prior to September 1st, they would automatically qualify to be a premium member, right? Because they've paid their $2,500, or somebody paid it for them.
And one thing I do want to make sure we do before too much time gets away here is I definitely want to have you share your screen, George, and just show how how everybody can get started. I'm thinking that maybe we should just answer the last couple questions, and then you could share your screen. What do you think?
Sure.
Sorry, everybody, my computer went down for some reason, so I apologize. I'm now joining you via mobile.
No worries. We're still rocking. Guna was asking if can someone pay the $2,500. I think she's asking, can someone pay the $2,500 for her to become a member? I think I have that answer, right? She needs to go and do exactly what George is about to show. She needs to go and apply for the credit assessment. Am I correct?
Yeah, you'll have to do an assessment first, and then Ron will talk to you about what your options are, or his team will talk to you about what your options are.
Okay.
One of the things, and again, I want to answer a question here from Gord. I think we've skipped over some questions, and we apologize if we've skipped over some of your questions, because there is a lot of questions here, and we're running out of time, because we don't want this to go on forever. But I do want to address Gord Murdahl. I hope I pronounced that right. And basically, because he's a Canadian, and so I want to kind of stress how the whole program works and how it's related to people outside the U.S. For credit repair or funding, you have to be a U.S. resident. Okay, if you're outside the country, Canada, anywhere outside the U.S., you can become a member. You can promote all of the programs, and you can participate in the corporate program. Okay, so you can purchase a corporation. If you're in a corporation prior to September 1st, nothing changes. Okay, and again, like I said, we just did a mass payout today of $157,000 to all of our partners in the 10 companies that we've just funded, and we'll have more details on Friday. But if you're outside the US, you cannot get funding or you cannot get any kind of credit enhancement, but you can participate as a premium member in our, so in that case, you would not qualify for the Pay It Forward program. So if somebody wanted to become a premium member, you would need to pay for that, okay? And going forward, again, if you want to buy any of our products, such as a corporation, you need to be a premium member. So in other words, anybody outside the US, the cost would be, if they weren't a premium member, they would pay the $20,000 for the corporation plus the $2,500 for membership. So it would be a $2,250 instead of $2,000, or sorry, $20,000.
Michael Johnson was asking, if the free member has 24 hours, why could it not just be taken out of the first commission?
Because
this is the question where we're talking about, if you refer somebody who buys a product or service, you have 24 hours to decide if you want that commission.
Anybody want to answer that?
I can answer it as Director of Agent Services.
I knew Greg would. That's why I left it for you.
It's called skinning the game, Mike. It's called skinning the game. It's just that simple. If you're going to go and do the work to bring somebody in, which is the simple, go get a free assessment, and that person moves forward, that means you sat still while that person was moving forward. It's just like any other business, and I'll relate it to like network marketing. A lot of times when network marketing has a company where you're buying some lotions and potions or some kind of product or something, and there's several different levels. There's a $5 level and there's a $50,000 level. There's some people who are going to come in and go all in from the beginning because they see the vision. There's some people going to come in at $5 and try to tell people to come in at $50,000. They have no skin in the game. If you come in and see you're about to lose $3,000, we gave you 24 hours to go find that $2,500 bucks. That's you going and getting skin in the game. Also, I just cannot believe that anybody would let that $3,000 go away without putting some money on the table. I just can't believe it. Or, like we said before, your commissions can be used towards paying for your membership, all right? So there's a way you can do it. You just have to look at it from the standpoint of, am I in or am I out? Am I straddling the fence or am I over the fence? My dad used to say you can't kick and pull at the same time. So either you're pulling or you're kicking. So which one are you doing?
And it's a way for us to get the free members to take action. You need to take action, right? Like Greg said, you're either in or you're not.
Either kicking or you're pulling. Sound like to me you're kicking, Mike, but I got a feeling you're going to start pulling.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, we're looking for communication. We're putting ourselves out there with communication, with the training and the teachings and the webinars. And we're at, I mean, this is a process. This is not, going to be, there's no overnight get rich quick, but if you're learning these financial strategies and mentality through the Financial Intelligence Network, and you're going through the process. I mean, we're just looking for that communication. We know that's the lifeblood, and we want to give you that option. Manuel was asking about the director role. And I know there are different qualifications for the director. I would, and who does he need to reach out to find out about that?
When did he apply?
He's not saying when.
I don't remember seeing his name, or unless Kristen remembers it. 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Have him do a support ticket. I'll address him tomorrow.
Because I know there were some people that we declined, and I sent emails. We'll look you up to see if we actually. I don't remember though if it was 4 months ago. So yeah, so open a support ticket, and I'll do a quick screen share to show how people to get started. At the same time, again, how to reach out and get some help, and how to get started through our help desk. And again, we have Ron and Francis and Amanda all here to help you guys and get you guys started, and so on and so forth. I did want to kind of mention something again. Robert Baxley, who's left, he says not a question, but just wanted to say I'm very excited for our future, and thanks for all the work that you all do. And I want to do the same thing. I want to thank everybody on our team. You guys have been phenomenal. I love working with you guys. You guys make my day. You've made my year. You guys are just wonderful, all of you. I know Robert Baxley has, again, he's a director. He's also has a couple of companies. He's invested in us big time. And so, again, for him to come back with those kind words, it's awesome. Awesome to hear.
So I think, George, I've made you the presenter. You should be able to share your screen.
Can you guys see? Can you guys see my screen? Oh, I have to show.
Go to webinar screen.
I have to show it first. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I know that there may be some people that are here from other, again, we call kind of white labels. You may be here from other companies to look at this, and may not have access to this area. But for NewU people, when you jump in, what we need you to do is to get into your back office. If you're from another company, you can go right into your back office. And so to get a free assessment, you just simply get on free assessment. And up at the top here, you will get your assessment. You'll fill out your profile, and then you will be given the steps that you need to follow. We'll put you in the credit repair portal. You'll have a bunch of things that you need to go through, provide some information, at which point Ron and Kristen will get your information. They'll do an assessment, and then Ron and his team will reach out to you to talk to you about and review the report that you'll get, and what your situation is, and how you can participate and what the next steps are. Right? So it's really simple to get started. Once that assessment is done and we move you along the line, it will then open up other options. These will start to be shut down for people because it will only be available for premium members. So we're going to be working on that. But essentially, you just come in here, you do your assessment, and the team will reach out to you. If you ever need some help, you have any questions, there's two places that you can find help. You can get help here. Click on Get Help. It'll open a support ticket. The support team will help you. If you're a NewU financial person, you can click over here on Get Help and open a ticket. You can do that as well. And that's it. And so I think I want to talk to Jeremy about, I know that we have this. I know that we're probably not responding like we should. I would like to see if we can reinstitute this, or at least get rid of it if we're not going to use it. So I will talk to the team about doing that. But again, for now, if you need to get help, do it from here, or log into your back office account, or get the assessment, same place. And just click on Get Help. It will take you over to our ticketing system. If you have a login, sign in. Otherwise, you can just open a ticket and it will connect with you, and one of our team will help you. I think that's it.
And I've answered a couple other questions just in the chat box. I think a couple people left, so no worries. But yeah, so we're definitely, we're here for you, and we're going to be available. And we're in it for the long game here. And that's why we're looking for that same commitment from you guys. So if you're in it to win it, let's keep moving, right?
Yes. And
so I'll go ahead and stop recording. But I've recorded the whole thing on my little faster computer than yours, George. But we'll get that.
I recorded it too, so we have a backup. So your recording should be like rendered in about 10 minutes, and mine will be rendered by next week.
I would assume.
He's beating us to the punch now. Did you guys notice that?
What's
now
that?
He's talking about his machine instead of us.
He's starting to push back. That's 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 how I grew up. My brother would always make fun of me, and I learned how to push back.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And we have a musical interlude by Greg. He's our musical superstar. And I think we're going to do an encore next Wednesday too. So agents who are agents or want to become agents, again, I'll show you guys that too. If you're not already an agent, you're in NewU Financial. If you're not registered for the weekly, go into our agents area. And there's a link at the bottom. You can register for the webinar on Monday, and it's a reoccurring one. So you register once, and it goes right up to the end of the year. So we look forward to seeing you. We'll get into more details for our agents and affiliates how to start promoting this. And again, I know you guys will have a ton of questions as well. And as we start to build out our schedule for webinars, we will get that out to everybody. So that's it on my end.
So that's all I can think of. Did you miss anything, Greg or Ron? I think Ron will take off because
yeah, I'm still here, but thank you everybody for coming to the presentation, and thank you everybody on the team. This was awesome. I love doing this, and I'm happy to help all of our clients.
All right, super.
Sweet.
Thanks everybody. You guys have a great night. We'll see you later, and thanks to our team for taking the time to come out here and spending like almost 2 hours on here. But great job, everybody.
Thank you.
Appreciate you all. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.